Hello everyone, my name is Federica and I'm here today with my colleague Louis to present our original video. We're two students from Halt International Business School who have been working on a report for the two CEOs of the apps Speak In and Live. And we're very excited to share with you our recommendations for their new business venture. We hope that our solution will help the CEOs in their new business. First of all, let me introduce you to today's agenda. In this video, we will be discussing a range of topics related to our main recommendation for the CEOs of Speak In and Live, which is creating a new traveling app called Turpal. Firstly, we will provide you with market research for three different markets, identifying their professional potential for your business. Secondly, we will share our recommendations on how to improve your marketing strategy to reach your target audience effectively. We will then present you with a detailed customer profile for your new app, Turpal, which we recommend creating, and then showcase a prototype of the app and what it would look like for the end users. Finally, we will conclude with a SWOT analysis for Turpal, identifying the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
Well, in order to understand why should Speak In and Live, the future merge between those two businesses pivot from the two markets they are already present in, the education technology market and the language learner market, to the one we are advocating for, the travel companion app market, we're going to look at those three markets and we're going to try to understand the dynamics present within those three markets, starting with the education technology market. Well, the education technology market is set to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 13.6% in the upcoming years, which is actually quite a fair rate. And it is also projected to reach $348 billion by the end of the decade, by 2030. The only issue is that the majority of this growth will be present in the Asia Pacific region, where Speak In and Live are not intending to be present. The majority of this growth will not be present in the UK or in France or in Europe. So actually, that is why we believe that the education technology market is not one where the future merge between Speak In and Live should prosperate. Additionally, we're going to have a look at the language learner market. Actually, it is a significant part of the edtech sector since it is expected to grow at a CAGR of 18.8% and projected to reach $29.96 billion by 2026. The language learner market is itself divided into multiple segments, which can be languages such as Japanese, French, English, or Spanish, and any other language. We also have the type of learners, individuals, or bigger institutions such as universities, and finally, the region. The only drawback for that market is that the market growth is dependent on a number of variables that businesses cannot always control. Among those variables, you have the affordability and flexibility of online language instruction, the corporate sector's emphasis on language acquisition, the increasing foreign enrollment, and as well the government laws. Among the big businesses in that market, we can cite Babbel or Duolingo, which actually makes up for the biggest market share in that market. And finally, the competitiveness of this market, the language learner market, is projected to increase by a lot, with many companies offering similar offers and services such as Tandem, HelloTalk, or Speaky that offer similar features as Live, such as matching users with native speakers in order to let them learn the language they wish. Finally, we're going to have a look at the travel industry market and the travel companion app market, which is a segment of the previous one. And the travel companion app market is a growing segment of the previous industry, the travel industry market. And what is remarkable about those two industries is that although the COVID-19 pandemic has significantly impacted the travel industry and therefore the travel companion app market, those two markets have been able to recover at a significant pace in the last few years. Actually, it is expected to grow at a CAGR of 12.24% between 2022 and 2027, which represent an increase of $1,552 million. And for a market that has significantly been impacted by such a large pandemic, this is quite remarkable. And this market is powered by several drivers as well as the growth of the market, such as the increasing number of international travelers, especially students, the rise of the sharing economy, and the popularity of solo travel in the last few years.
Thank you, Louis. Now, moving forward, I would like to discuss some exciting recommendations we have made for a new travel companion app, taking into account what my colleague just said. Firstly, we recommend integrating the resources, algorithms, and features from Speaking and Live to develop a novel software solution. By doing this, we can leverage the strength of both applications and offer a more comprehensive and user friendly experience to our customers. Secondly, we propose repositioning the market strategy to penetrate the less saturated travel companion app market as a pioneering solution. By targeting a less crowded market, we can establish ourselves as a leading solution in this space and gain a competitive advantage. Lastly, we recommend establishing a multi-sided business model by providing companies such as Ryanair or Airbnb the opportunity to showcase their offering and discounts with the app. This will create a win-win situation for both app users and these companies, as it would allow our users to access exclusive discounts while driving additional revenue for these companies and generating additional source of revenue for the tourpal. In conclusion, we believe that these recommendations will enable us to create a revolutionary travel companion app that is not only comprehensive and user friendly but also profitable.
When you're pivoting from a market to another one, you of course have to change your customer profile. And that is why I would like to introduce you to Jane Ann, which would be the ideal customer for the future merge between speaking and live. Jane is a woman. She's 28 and she graduated with a bachelor degree in arts, which is her passion. She's passionate by art and she loves to visit museums. She is an English teacher and she is a travel enthusiast who enjoys exploring new places, meeting new people, and having new experiences. She also loves using technology to enhance her travel experiences. She aims to visit as many countries as she can, to live multilingual experiences, and to meet people with the same passion, whether it be travel or the passion with art. The only issue is that so far, although she's speaking English, the language barrier has often been too difficult to handle, and she couldn't find and satisfying existing solutions to solve that issue. As well, she couldn't find any travel buddy with whom she could travel to, for example, dangerous places or any other country. Of course, she's motivated, and she's especially motivated by the seeking of new experiences, cultural immersion, and personal growth through her travels. She has quite an energetic personality. She's really friendly, and of course, she's passionate. She's passionate in arts and travel.
But now, let me ask you, how do we reach Jane? So, as we mentioned in our report, our marketing campaign will mainly be based on social networks such as Facebook and Instagram. And after the customers like Jane gets to know the app and downloads it, the app will directly show, as you can see in our prototype, a sign-in page. They can sign in with their own credentials or they can sign in with different social network accounts, which will allow them to also share with their friends throughout the social media or to get to know their already existing friends also through the app. Moving forward, Jim would have a page focused on the settings, personal information, notification, friends, and in which she can select the word map. What is her word map? Now, we created in our prototype an idea of what this would look like. The word map of a person would show every place this person has been to, whether that is a country or an island, it doesn't matter. They can share with their friends or just add with other icons in their wish list different countries or places they want to visit. And finally, they can plan a trip. In this particular setting and feature of the app, they would be able to get in contact with different brands that this app would collaborate with, for example, Ryanair or Airbnb. And finally, in the last phone of the prototype, you can see the list of friends that Jane has and with which she can chat in different languages using the same features that speaking already presents. Finally, let me show you our SWOT analysis. Of course, this app, as many others, will have strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. Some of the most important ones that we have highlighted here in the slide, as you can see, and more we would highlight to expand on some of the areas that we also talked about in our report. When it comes to strengths, this app would be very useful and have unique opportunities and value propositions, since it would mix both features from speaking and live while adding additional value through the collaborations with already existing companies such as Ryanair or Airbnb. And when in terms of opportunities, we can see how this app could be used also in different countries and how it could develop there. In particular, we analyzed and we mentioned in our report to expand in Italy. The reason why we would like to start there is because of one of the recent policies established by the Italian government, which gives grants to businesses to start their operations there. And moreover, Italy is one of the countries with the highest rates of tourism, which would attract people in using the app both from abroad and within the countries. At the same time, though, it is very important to highlight the weaknesses and the threats. Of course, one of the weaknesses of this app, as we saw during the COVID pandemic, is that the market of traveling really depends on the external conditions and macrodynamics, which sometimes we cannot control, as shown by the COVID-19 pandemic. Moreover, in terms of threats, we have to think about both the competition of already existing and established companies that offer help and guidance in the traveling online market. And also we need to take into account other possible threats, which could be if the CEOs actually decide to start in Italy, the unstable government which right now is ruling the country, and therefore the possibility of the policy and the grants to be unstable at the same time. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We hope it was informative and valuable to you. We appreciate your support and strength in our work, and thank you again, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.